Hello everyone, Atou here.
And Tsuyoi.
And we're back. A Gundam tale.
Yes.
So, like, after beating the disappointment that was Lapis from running away for a fight,
Yes.
we went back to Marie's, healed up, and are continuing on our adventure.
Yay.
For revenge?
To get our friend Aeon back.
Right, to get back our stuff.
Yeah, okay. This is the right team. Again, if I'm about to fight you said I was about to maybe fight another boss, so...
I remember there being another boss fight. Truthfully, I forgot about the Psycho Gundam encounter.
Wow. So that's the boss fight you were thinking of. Can I go in here? No, that's dumb. I should probably blow... I feel like I should probably blow that shit up.
You know, there is no reason to not blow this stuff up. I mean, this is all purely, like, the enemy stuff. It's not even, like,
even if they're not using... Like, we don't know if they're using it or not. It could have just been built on here for some purpose beforehand. But as far as we know, either they're not using it, and so there's no problem with destroying it, or they are using it, and we should totally destroy it. So only two options, really.
Yeah. And, you know, all the other instances, he kind of had an excuse to not blow up stuff. Like, you're in a cave. You don't want to cause a cave in. Or, you know, the Eisengrad has been taken over. You know, need to easily destroy their stuff.
Right.
But here... Actually, I guess there's actually one reason to not just aerial bombard this place to hell.
What's that?
Aeon might be here.
Oh, shit. You're right. Can't blow up Aeon. We need her. She's my jammer.
Now I'm just like imagining the Aeon at a turntable. Main things to like that one official artwork I have of her to where, like, you know, holding her headset while like the arm out.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, you know, just like, you know, put some glasses on that.
I was thinking you were just gonna go, like, yo, like when I thought jammer, I thought she just brings out an electric guitar.
Ah, that kind of jammer. Well, any sort of rock will do.
Right. If you say so.
But anyways,
I'll deal with it as it comes.
Okay, so like we were talking about video games. I already talked about hard and talked about fighting, but I believe the overall like goal was like our idea was enjoyable video games that were played in the past.
Yeah, enjoyable experiences.
And which accumulated into my first boss.
Yes.
So, you got a continuation of that for us? Or was that it?
I was gonna say memorable bosses. You know, it's gonna be kind of hard. Oh, I thought that wasn't what double arms was.
What you thought it was?
I thought it was the shoot with both things on your hands. Darn it. I can't believe I got those mixed up. Now I feel stupid. Probably because I am stupid. I'm just a freaking waste of space.
Oh, just take a page out of Amuro's book.
Amuro Reyes?
Yes.
I don't know much about him.
Well, one of his catchphrases is, "I refuse to admit the mistakes of my youth."
Just by saying that, don't you kind of admit that they were there?
No.
Because you can't refuse to admit something that doesn't happen. I mean, you can, but that's superfluously dumb and doesn't matter. Holy crap, what is this? I don't know if he's proof. Well, he's not proof anything. Just by being there, that's proof that he's not
Haven't
proof.
you fought? Oh, wait, no, you never explored that area.
What?
You would have encountered a serpent dude if you had bothered to, like, explore that underground area where you got the Bawu data.
Oh.
But, since you didn't, I guess they're just here for whatever reason.
See, it does say fire both weapons. So what the hell was I doing?
Wait, does it?
Yeah.
Fire attached to weapons on both arms.
Maybe I did double attack for some reason. Yeah, let's just lay it onto that serpent. Oh man, he's tough. Okay, that's good.
Huh.
And a finish. Oh, I didn't finish.
Yeah, it seems like you just did double attack by accident.
I guess so.
But,
Yeah.
anyways,
Yes. You were saying?
I was.
Yes, you were.
I was saying you could quote Amuro.
Oh, well, I mean, weren't we talking about, like enjoyable video game experiences or something? And you were talking about something in general?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, you know, for the past couple of episodes, you know, I've just kind of like rambled on and stuff, and you just kept on forgetting or like, you know, getting sidelined. So I'm trying to avoid that.
I see.
Mm-hmm. No
Now
sidelining Tsuyoi.
Now that that's happening, I don't know what to talk about. Oh no, it's happening. The worst possible thing.
Did I move the spotlight closer?
How about some advice?
What, on these enemies?
Yes.
Well, I would switch Fritz out.
It's not a bad idea.
And I would focus fire on one of the enemies. Not the serpent. He's obviously going to have the most HP out of all of them.
I see. So that's what you meant. Hopefully I didn't quick shot the serpent. I quick shot the serpent. But I overheated someone. So he's not a problem anymore.
Okay. Well, if you're, you know...
Oh.
If you still feel like the deer with the headlights, I can go into the thing that I've been wanting to bring up.
Oh, yes, I do remember I was about to bring something up.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of awkward, but I think it'll be fun.
Uh-huh.
Early video game crushes.
Huh.
I was gonna say that, and I was like, wait, I don't know any that I have had. I mean, I know video game crushes, but early ones?
Like, I'm trying to think. I was going to say Aerith from Final Fantasy VII. However, that was not a crush.
That was love.
No. That was vengeance.
Ah, that was morning.
No, that wasn't even morning. Like, my first experience with Final Fantasy VII was watching a cousin play it. And he basically said to me, hey, want to see something cool? And then he basically played the FMV when Aerith got stabbed by Sephiroth.
You can just play that?
No, he was at that point.
Oh.
And I just happened to be walking through the living room at that time.
I guess he just knew?
Must have, or something. But, like, I saw that, and I basically saw, like, this cloaked figure with a sword run, like, this innocent girl that was not doing anything, like, through. And then she's off to the side, and here's, like, this one guy, like, just holding her, like, just going, oh, no. While, like, you know...
What am I fighting for?
Yeah, well...
Perfectly.
The white-haired, like, figure is just, like, winding it up. You know how graphics...
What did he do, actually, right after he stabbed her?
I think he was just holding his arms up in victory. But you know how the graphics were back in that day.
He won! He won the battle against her. He used his special move. You said save over 10, right?
Yeah. And after seeing that, like, what I wanted was revenge. I was like, this person committed a very evil act before me. This guy is evil. He should be destroyed or something.
Yes, absolutely.
And, like, that's what got me into actually...
Door or keep going? Door or keep going?
Well, go a little bit to keep going to see if you can see past him. Okay, I would say door.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, because, well, actually...
I don't know.
Yeah, I would go back and go past them.
Yeah, it
because
seems like
the next boss fight I remember taking place in a hallway.
Oh my! Good thing I didn't run about through that hallway and you go, wait, no! Because yeah, it almost certainly would have been right when I fought the guy. Ah, what the hell? With the no?
Yeah, so like that's my feelings towards Aerith. Justice.
Justice.
Yes. Like, I wanted to bring great justice to this girl. The thing is, though, I was young, and this was an RPG, and when I tried to play the game, I basically asked everyone who walked by, could you read that for me? At some point, they all said no. So I tried to, make my way through the game that way, by basically associating symbols with actions and stuff like that. No idea what materia did, no idea what items were or anything like that. And actually it was pretty much like playing a Japanese game for the first time. I can't read anything, and all I can do is trial and error to see what happens. I got up to the Shinra building when you're supposed to rescue your friend who gets taken.
Sweet.
And it's like, let's see, how far did I get? Like,
I can't believe it was this easy.
I think I got up to the point to where like a very spooky thing happened, and because of that spooky thing, I stopped playing.
A spooky thing?
Yeah, where like a whole bunch of people were murdered, dead bodies were lying on the ground, there was a big blood trail, and there was just scary music.
Oh.
Because you gotta remember, I couldn't read anything in like this game. I could only infer by what was going on from like people's actions and the music to like set the tone for me and stuff like that. So like I was set in a spooky, scary situation where I had no idea what was going on, and I just couldn't process of like
why.
Why. I just felt the dread and I just stopped.
You should have burned it.
Yes, I really should have burned my dread.
But you're saying it was both spooky and scary?
Yes.
And there was yet no skeletons anywhere.
There were bodies, so there were skeletons waiting to come out in those.
Right, and to just pop right out. God, that reminds me of the scariest thing one of the scariest things I had in a childhood playing video games. Was in Eternal Darkness. Like, you're playing like through this one stage, and like you're playing as like this French the guy like Charlemagne whatever, and like at the very end of it, you like confront this priest. Like you're like decaying like a lot. Like something has like cursed you, I think, for like the whole thing. And like it's just not going well for you. You're just having a bad day. And yet, actually, I guess I should use grenades. You're just not having a good time, you know. And like at the very end, you encounter like this priest who's you're supposed to you trust this priest. He's like early France, the clergy's in charge, pretty much, stuff like that. And like one of the last things that happens is suddenly like this guy just explodes with blood, and like this monster rips out of his chest and was like puppeteering him the whole time from inside. And I was like, oh my god, what the hell is that thing? It scared the shit out of me. And like that was just a thing. And then like later on, you had to deal with those just being an enemy that you had to fight. And if they got too close to you, they would like try to rip into you and like control you from the inside, and you just died when that happened. It was scary as hell. I'm gonna quick shot this guy. And like the worst part of it though was then you come to this like one section where it's like modern day-ish, or at least it's closer to modern day. It's like Victorian era. And like you got a mansion, you're like this rich guy, but like you got all these like butlers and maids running. It's like one of the only times where you got like civilians running around. And like, you find like monsters here and there and stuff somehow. Never do they seem to be in the same area. And it turns out that like some of the maids and butlers you have are controlled by those things, but it's like hard to tell which are controlled and which are just people. And so you can just go around and attack them. And if you happen to be right, like chop their head off with a sword. Okay, you got the right guy. If you didn't, you just murdered an innocent person. And your character's sanity takes a deep hit from that. Giant Bazooka Kai and Zaku 3 data.
Maybe you can use that Giant Bazooka Kai.
Perhaps so. Who would benefit from that? Lazuli, would you benefit from that? Let me see this Giant Bazooka Kai. Let me size it up, if you know what I mean. Say, okay. That's pretty good size. 168, 2 energy. 168, 2 energy, Nah, I'm not really seeing anything I can do with that.
Bakadaka's good.
Maybe the... Hold on, where's, there it is. Maybe this thing. 168, 2 energy. And this thing, though.
No room for it.
Yeah, no room for that. I'm not using it.
Oh well. Well, you got some mobile suit data out of it.
Yeah, I did that. That is for true. Healing. Fix that. I seem to keep forgetting that. Fritz. You. Okay.
Right.
Also, you played the Ape Escape series, right?
Yeah.
There's like this one... I barely ever played Ape Escape. I played one game for a bit. I rented it from Hollywood Video. And it was like this scene, or there's like one scene where like you're in like a forest, and you get on like a raft or something, and in the water are these giant horrific monsters. Like these big fish. I remember like there's this giant anglerfish under the water that like looked up at my raft as it passed by. And like if you didn't have that, it would eat you. And it was like terrifying. Like, I don't know if this is just like a, a dream I had, but I'm pretty sure it happened. To where like you get in this like raft and you just float around the river, and like just horrifying fish in there just wants to eat you. And like you go down a little waterfall, and I swear there was like another bigger or more horrifying or different one. It scared the shit out of me. Big underwater things that scared the crap out of me since the eel in Mario 64.
Yes, there are many who have that story.
That mobile suit is that kid. Hoya! How nice to see you. I've been hoping for a chance to pay you back. But why? Why are you on Gabriel's side? Who the hell is Gabriel?
The guy that took Aeon.
Oh. He's out to destroy the world. If he succeeds, you'll die too. You do know I was aware of this. We're aware of that. In fact, that's the very reason we're helping. This is about revenge. Revenge for the Zarths. Stop it! There's nothing to be gained from revenge. Believe me, I'm a Zarth too. I know the pain, the suffering you've been through. You're a Zarth? If that's true, then why do you oppose us? Don't you want revenge on the human race yourself? The human wraith? Wraith? Human wraiths? The Zarth's a human too, you know that. So please, give up your plans for revenge. This is insane. Can't you see how Gabriel's taking advantage of your emotions? He's using you for his own purposes. Shut up! It's too late to turn back now. I have no choice but to fight. But we have no reason to fight each other. You might not have one, but I do. This battle will decide which of us is right once and for all. Okay, then if we win, you join us. That's the rules. These are the arbitrary rules. It is decided so. Stop! I don't want to fight you! You will fight. Fighting is all I have left. Dun, 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 dun.
Right. Well, I played Ape Escape, and I'm assuming you only played the first one, because that's the only one I can think of which might have had a stage with what you're describing, but I cannot remember what you're describing. The closest I can think would be like there was like a dinosaur stage, and I think there was a raft there that you could use to get around. But I don't remember any sort of like lantern creature that popped up and got you. Maybe because I remember you'd have to be able to go underwater at some point since there were swimming monkeys. But yeah, that's just my memory. Speaking of memory, and since I was talking about Final Fantasy VII, there is something I feel it should be worth mentioning. A bit of personal information. Okay, so growing up, I had dyslexia. I say had because I got so good at dealing with it that they took me out of the program that was meant to help people with it. Like, I still have it. I don't think you can just outgrow a mental disorder.
Probably not.
But,
did I defend, or did Plasma Lancer go first?
It went first.
Good to know.
Alright. So the thing is, when growing up with dyslexia, they send you to special classes to help you, basically to drill the alphabet into you. Like certain rules to remember and stuff like that.
Did Counterstone go before that? Yeah, he's probably not going to do it again, even if he does. Who cares?
Yeah, I'm not sure. And yeah, there are basically rules and tips to teach you like how to read words, but you know, the English alphabet is the English alphabet.
Right.
Some stuff is just not consistent across words and things like that. And like it was a real bother and a chore. Like you know, I was not liking to go to school, and like you're like having me like these drills to learn how to read and stuff like that, which was difficult enough, just because like you know, I kept screwing up on it and things.
Right.
And then that's when Final Fantasy VII entered the picture, because like I kind of got sick of not knowing what was going on, you know, and always having to ask others like, "Hey, can you read what's on the screen for me?" and stuff like that. So Final Fantasy VII, this RPG game, it gave me a drive to actually want to put in the effort to learn how to read. And like there were probably other games that came after that that like helped to continue that drive. And it probably also helped having all that practice, because one of my most favorite genres, like growing up, is the RPG. And you know how text heavy those things are.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, not being able to read what's on screen is quite the handicap when trying to get through those.
Fair enough.
Possible, because, you know, I've played RPG games where I couldn't read a thing, but, you know, trial and demand will help you get so far. But still, you know, I kind of, like, find that as a personal star for video games. You know, it was thanks to video games that I was pushed into putting effort into learning how to read.
Right.
Yeah. It all started from seeing some dude with long white hair gank a girl from behind with a long sword.
Right.
Because I needed that spark of revenge in order to find my way to him. And as far as that goes, like I did eventually return to Final Fantasy VII.
And get your revenge.
No.
Oh, you didn't?
Now, funny thing is, I've played that game like about 4 times now. And like the furthest I've gotten is right at the final dungeon. Like right at the final dungeon, to where you get through this final dungeon and you will fight like Sephiroth, and you will beat this game.
You weakened me, bastard.
The usual thing happens was like a new game came out, I set it to aside for a bit.
Not bad. Not bad. You're better than before. This is getting interesting. Now let's do this for real. No, we don't have to fight.
And then, like, you know, played that for a bit, another new game came out, and then played that for a bit, and just, you know, the thing that happens whenever you don't finish something quick enough when it comes to games. But, still, the first time, I stopped at the spooky scary section.
The spooky scary, yeah.
Yeah. The second time, I believe I stopped at, Cosmo Canyon. Which people who've played 7 would know what I'm talking about. Like, I just got through going through the dungeon to get or see Nanaki's father. You know, the frozen statue line thing.
Right.
And then I forgot what game came out that caused me to stop there. Although, like, the thing is, I was much better reader around that time, because when I got back into Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII had come out. And I was a much better reader at around that time. Like, I was getting through 8, like, no problem and stuff like that. And thanks to that success, I figured, let's go back to 7. You know, maybe I'll actually, like, progress and things. And then I think the reason I stopped was because Final Fantasy IX had come out around that time.
Okay, I'm gonna risk it all for one last attack.
During a boost?
Yes, during a boost.
Okay. You saved right outside the door, so it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, so, like, you know, that certainly is one way to get sidetracked when it comes to, like, playing games. Trying to play multiple RPGs.
Spook Fish! fist! The spook fist always criticals. The spook fist finishes all. All live by the spoop and die by the spoop.
Kind of amazing that this mobile suit called the Shining Gundam that has golden wings.
And then refresh all. What does that even do?
Here's all status elements like confuse, fear, and hurt, I think.
Oh, that's so good. Well, confuse and fear. Okay. What's Dragon Fang? What is that? Oh, it's his arm, isn't it?
Yeah, it's his arm thing that he's wearing.
Because he has, like, dragons for hands.
Yeah, it's essentially a gauntlet to, like, increase your melee.
Oh, but you can't hold any guns.
I don't remember. But,
wait, he did do a shuttle on me, didn't he? But I think he... Man. Your mobile suit's gonna blow! Eject! Eject! Come on! Too late. No, don't give up. There's still time. Huh. You shouldn't be so concerned with your enemies. Wait, I'm coming to get you! No, you'd never make it in time. Now listen, I have a favor to ask. A favor? I want you to promise to rescue Lapis. She's just a child, she shouldn't have to fight. Once Gabriel's mind control over her is broken, she'll stop fighting you. Alright, I'll save her, I promise. Thank you. I've broken promises before, though, I promise you that.
Hey, wait a second. At what point was it ever revealed that this guy's name was Tuck?
I do not know.
I guess it's, well, might as well tell you what this dude's name is since he's going to die.
I wish I had met you earlier. No! No, perfectly good mobile suit! I could have put Lai Feng in that. I'm sure I can make it later. I'll keep my promise. Rest in peace. Come on, let's go. He shouldn't be far now. There's another one in there, isn't there?
I would return and save. Also, see if Ono can equip that Dragon Buster.
That's like an actual part, though, isn't it?
It's a gauntlet.
What? I can just equip it?
Yeah.
Oh, you kidding me? What? It's a punching... It's a weapon?
It's a punching thing like your other fist thing.
Oh.
Let's see, 50 melee, 30 armor, and speed minus 12.
Armor weapon, and our charger shield.
Oh, okay. You can't equip it because the shield of your Arjarja is blocking it, like your shoulder shield that I love so much.
Well, it's better than this Battle Shield Kai.
Okay. Well, left arm. Okay, so yeah, next time you get, you're going to want to, like, you can't...
There.
Oh!
I just had to move it around a little bit.
Oh, okay, that works. Right,
good.
but, yeah, like, go save the game. In fact, you may want to return to Marie's to fill up on TP, because another boss fight's coming up ahead.
This place has a lot of boss fights.
Yeah.
3.
And, yeah, just save, return to Marie, TP, and restock on that.
But, as for... I think we were trying to talk about early video game crushes or something?
Yeah, crushes, and how I
you
said...
got into Aerith.
Yeah, I thought, like, at first I thought it hurt, but no, that was different emotions.
Did you come up with someone?
Another person did come to mind, and not too sure about this.
Uh-huh.
But the person that comes to mind is Rydia from Final Fantasy IV.
I see.
You may be familiar with her from a bit if you can remember that far back.
I cannot use escape. I'll have to just invisible on my way back.
Really? This isn't dungeon enough for you to escape from?
No, I can't because I don't have the TP for it.
Well, don't you have like an SOS escape as an item?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had the one. So, make a note to buy more of those in the future.
Okay.
But, yes, Rydia from Final Fantasy IV. Like, when it comes to crushes, I would believe it'd be her. So much so that I believe she was a central character in, like, those fan fiction. Yeah, they would be called fan fictions that we wrote between each other when we first met way back in our high school days.
Yes.
You know, of freedom tales with Ray and Atou.
And Tsuyoi.
Yeah, at some point.
I came later.
Yeah, you came later. First, it was between me and Ray and like a couple of other friends. We all just wrote these stories that they were all loosely connected. Shenanigans like happened from one point to the other. I just find it funny that like this was like really back during the early days.
Right.
To where like I believe Ray wrote a story that involved like drug use, but I think the story involved like busting down into a KKK meeting.
What?
Who were like toking up marijuana and just like, you know, gunning them all down or something like that.
What the hell?
And like one of his teachers came by and
was like,
read
what
it
is this?
and sent him to the counselor over it. It's just
crazy.
yeah,
times.
like he was in like his off time. He finished his work, but like one of his teachers found it, read it, and just like he had to go to the counselor for a few weeks or something like that.
Huh.
Like all just for like some writing for like a story that was just basically like this big old joke. Like it took on a more serious tone. Like by the time you came in, to where like, you know, here's Atou, the cold ice alchemist of Shikigami or something. And I just kept on adding on titles of whatever I thought was cool.
Super ultra final.
Yeah, and
Shiny.
then, like then there's like Arc Ray of the Twilight or something. Did you ever get a title by the time you came in on those?
I didn't need one. I speak for myself, thank you. But anyway, as for my crushes, you have your Rydia.
But yeah, just quickly finish up. Rydia did pop up like quite a bit in my stories. And like she's the earliest I can remember. There's only one other possible person that could possibly be a crush. It's a bit hazy because it's that far back, and that would be Lilith from Darkstalkers. So yeah, it's a toss-up between those two characters that would possibly be my earliest video game crush that I can recall. So anyways.
Yes, it's hard to come up with anything for me, specifically. Like, I think back and all I can think of is, like, girl characters I liked. It's like, you know, like, I liked Misty from Pokemon, but that was more from the anime. And less from the game, because in the game there wasn't really much to her. But then, on my first playthrough of it, it didn't really work very much. But, Princess Ruto from Ocarina of Time.
Okay, I'm not sure where she would place, but I know for a fact I had the biggest crush on Saria back in the day. Link's best friend that you see.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like, oh, jeez, that bridge scene. It like I wanted to stay in the forest. I didn't want to leave my friend.
Yeah.
And like when I got to the point of beating the forest temple, it was like, yeah, this is cool. Like we can be together again. It was like I must go off to this temple.
Sage.
We can never.
Oh,
yeah,
I can sleep in this bed.
I must sage now. You know, the temple needs me. And then Saria was gone.
Disappointing.
You know, forever unless I played like a little song to contact her. And it was like, God dang, was that depressing.
Yeah,
I think that caused me to stop playing the game in that one particular playthrough. It was like, Saria, no!
See, I like Ruto, though. I don't know why, but I think the first time I played it, I didn't care for it too much. I didn't get very far. And Jabu Jabu's belly freaked me out because it was gross.
Same here.
But with... See, I don't really have anything to do right now on screen.
Well, you could change out your shoulder pads, you know, remove your shield for a different shield so you can equip the dragon arm and then still have your battle shield.
That's too much for a complex thing for me to think about while trying to talk. All I can say, very quickly...
I can do it for you.
Thank you. Is, all I can say for sure is that, you know, now looking back at Ruto, she's just amazing. She's, you know, I've always liked the snarky, tsundere types. That scene with her swimming towards you and like, yo, hey, you know, you're pretty cool. It's like, that's, you know, I think there was like a proposal thing going on there. Yeah, I remember back in the day being like, yo, yeah, sure, let's do this thing. Yeah, like, I don't know why Link's all freaking out. I guess he doesn't, you know, reciprocate. However...
Well, it's a good thing we have Doujin Link.
And it's like,
I thought you would have another Marseille Spikes R, but...
And of course there's her best part of her. She is an amazing weapon.
Ah, yes, the Ruto Cannon.
The most powerful of techniques. I only wish I could throw her in dungeons more often. Imagine if you could bring her into Ganon's castle and just throw her at Ganon. Great King of Evil defeated by throwing a little fish girl at him.
You know, with how much modding there is for...
You can totally do it.
Yeah, I'm surprised there isn't like a Ruto-only playthrough where you start with Ruto and you finish with Ruto.
You know, just imagining Link like swinging her around at the nose of Ganon as he's down on the ground. They go, I can totally see it being a thing of like, you know, throwing her like close range at Ganon after you knock him down with an arrow, like Ganondorf, and he just like falls to the ground. You just like throw her at him and it just deals damage.
Right. Well, it seems I can't find the shoulder piece that would be a good complement to what you have. I guess we'll just have to correct all that stuff off screen and maybe pick up this conversation in the next episode.
See y'all later.